What is going on, everybody? It's Lazarus here, and today I'm bringing you guys another MLB The Show 19 video. In this one, we're going to be talking about the live stream that happened yesterday. Well, as of recording this at least. And we're going to be going over all the features that they showed us in the live stream. Now, it really wasn't anything major. It was just some hitting tweaks and some defensive tweaks. But these things could go a long way in changing how the game feels. So we're going to go right ahead and start off with the defensive side of things. One thing that the developers stressed heavily in the stream was that there is a slew of new defensive animations. Early on in the live stream, we see some clips of Andrelton Simmons fielding ground balls, and he is super smooth while doing it. Also, bad outfielders are now going to get really bad jumps every now and then, because if you're not a good fielder, then you shouldn't be able to track down everything. Meanwhile, good outfielders, for the most part, are going to get pretty good jumps. Hopefully these are moderated pretty well, as you don't want it to lean too far in one way, because then it would just get annoying. Another thing that they talked about pretty in depth was that out of position players are pretty much useless. That is, if their secondary positions don't apply. For example, if you put Jonathan Lucroy at shortstop, he is going to be pretty much unusable. He's not going to field the ball cleanly, and he's definitely not going to be able to throw the ball to first cleanly. Looking at the animations on him, it's actually kind of funny, because he looks goofy as hell trying to field the ball. So to all those people that cheesed online by putting all their good hitters in different positions, it's not going to work this year. And of course, this applies to the outfield too. Players that aren't outfielders are going to get terrible jumps, and they're generally not going to be able to track down any fly balls, because they just don't belong out there. But there's a bunch of stuff that goes into this, like fielding attributes, reaction time, all that kind of stuff. So there might be some room to toy around. One new thing they showed off was ball ribbons. And essentially, if somebody hits the ball off the wall against you, a little ball ribbon will show up, showing you the trajectory of the ball off of the wall. So when you're trying to play a deep fly ball that hits off the green monster, you're going to know exactly where to go and where to stand to field it cleanly. Now, the better fielder your outfielder is, the more accurate ball ribbon you'll get. So for all those people that struggle on balls off the wall, this is here to help you a ton. One big change is that fielders actually react differently now, and they're supposedly more efficient. For example, if you have Billy Hamilton hitting a ground ball to the shortstop, he's no longer going to leisurely take his time getting to the ball and then chicken arm the ball to first base. You'll actually see in the animation that the players are going to start speeding it up because they know who's running the first. At the same time, the player must also be aware of what they have to do when they get the ball. So this is a mix of user skill and animation to make the game better. Some other small things that they touched on in the stream was that you can't try to steal a base and then go right back. That's not going to work anymore. Your base runner is going to slip and fall, so no more of that cheesiness. The CPU can actually throw people out at home, or the users can as well, after a routine ground ball. So you're going to see a lot less cheesy plays like that where people try to get easy runs. And the ball hits differently off of different surfaces. For example, if it hits a padded wall, it's going to die a lot more than if it hit a brick wall in the outfield. Now moving on to the hitting changes. The first big thing they brought up was that bunting is actually improved. So now if you have a good bunter on your team and you bunt with him in the proper situation, you're going to see much better results than in the past. To counter bunt cheese, in 17 and 18, they made bunting like hitting a rocket. It was pretty much useless. But now, if you have a pitcher that can actually sack bunt, they will be able to sack bunt, especially if it's in a bunting situation. And you can also use the right analog stick to influence whether you want to make the bunt go to the right or the left. Now, if you try to bunt in a non-bunting situation, it's not going to work out as well. And if you do it too much, the CPU is going to react and adjust to it accordingly. So, you won't be able to abuse this. They also brought up some pitch tuning, and essentially here, they made the timing window more important in hitting. So if you get a good PCI placement but bad timing, then you're going to see the results of that on the outcome of the at-bat. Basically, the developers try to find a way where they could balance PCI placement along with timing, put those two skills together, and make it so that they both matter in the outcome. And a little minor note, they did mention that Knuckleballers are going to be worse in this year's game because, as most people that played 18 know, Phil Niekro was a real pain in the ass. Now this is a really big improvement here, and that is that contact hitters are actually usable this year. In the Show 18, there was no reason why you should use contact hitters on your team. Guys like Tony Gwynn, Ichiro, and others were pretty much rendered completely useless because the ball just did not go anywhere when you hit it with them. San Diego Studios attributed this to a literal lack of power in the engine. These guys did not have the strength to actually hit the ball hard. But this year, and they showed it off in the live stream, contact hitters are going to be able to spray singles and doubles all over the place, and they're going to be hitting a ton more of lower line drives. So their increased exit velocities should make them a lot more fun to use, and definitely add some variation to the online gameplay. And finally, San Diego Studios did say that there's going to be improved PCI accuracy. Now this is absolutely huge because in past years, people felt like they were being absolutely cheesed because where they put the PCI did not actually represent where they hit the ball. And honestly, there was just a whole bunch of controversy around it, and it was just kind of a mess. But this year, San Diego Studios is claiming that it's going to be a lot better and more accurate, but that's more of a hands-on thing, so we're going to have to wait till the game comes out to actually see how true that is. Not that I'm doubting them, but just, it's something you gotta play to know. Not to mention, we also had 2 new legend reveals, and those were Jimmy Fox and Pudge Rodriguez, 2 all-time greats, and allegedly, there's about 30 new legends in the game. So it's going to be very exciting to see who those guys are, as more legends get revealed throughout the weeks, so always keep your eyes out for an announcement. Well guys, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more MLB The Show 19 content. And let me know in the comment section below, what are you most excited for in MLB The Show 19? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.